Hey guys, got here today. I want to go over the new Freddy Krueger. The patch has finally come to life. I wanted to go over my impressions with him overall, having played him for the entire stream yesterday. I'm probably going to play him a bit more today. And the overall verdict I have for him is, he's just extremely I don't know. I don't really feel super strongly about Freddy in any way, and I don't really see myself playing him more past, this week. The reason is he's just not particularly fun or interesting to play, in my opinion. I think balance-wise, he's a little stronger than before, and I'll go over that in a bit, how I don't really think he's that much stronger than before, but it is a little bit of an improvement for sure. But he's just not particularly fun to play. The only interesting kind of thing I can see is maybe like timing ruptures with the dream pallets, but I was going against decent survivors, and they very quickly learned to just simply avoid it because being zoned into a regular M1 is much better than risking running through the pallet and getting double hit. So they always pick the lesser of two evils because it's going to be a bad situation for them regardless. They're going to get hit because there's no pallet there, so you might as well just take the M1, which incurs a cooldown and a slowdown for the killer, rather than taking the rupture. So good survivors were already making the whole rupture ability feel very useless, and it is definitely better than it was on the PTB, but like I said, once you go against people that know what they're doing, it really doesn't do much unless you're on some type of gimmick map with multiple floors, and it's just basically a effective zoning tool to push people left or right and not go directly into a pallet, which, it can be useful. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a completely useless ability because there are benefits to actually zoning people left or right and not actually in the direction of where the pallet is going. But the point is, it circles back to my original thing was that's boring. It's just not particularly interesting that I raise my hand and now I have to go left or right. There's not really any risk for me to do it. I might as well just do it. I'm not slowed down while doing it. So I don't really feel like the risk reward very much. Whereas, if you were to miss a Nemesis tentacle or something like that, you're drastically slowed down and there's a very notable, penalty for having missed that or them having dodged it. So the risk reward there is just very low stakes, uninteresting stuff. And these snares are also just not particularly interesting. I legitimately think that Freddy's anti-loop is actually slightly weaker than it was before because, yeah, the ability to shoot through walls is nice. That's obviously great. But what's happening when you're getting looped? You don't need to shoot through a wall. Even with the old snare, you would put it down on the halfway point, kind of like how you would play clown. You put the snare down on the halfway point, and if they're going to loop it, they're going to have to run on top of that. And the hinder used to be much better then. It was 15%, and now I believe it's 12%. And the duration changed isn't really as impactful when the hinder is also being lowered at the same time. You would always prefer a more significant hinder over a slightly shorter duration than the opposite of that. So his anti-loop legitimately feels weaker than it did before, and which is weird because his anti-loop was already pretty bad. Now, the old Freddy's snares slowdown was 15%, and, Clown slowdown is 15%. But the way that Clown works is a bit different because it's a gas cloud that consistently applies that slow. So if you throw it down, the survivor runs to it, and then you start rotating back the other direction, the survivor has to run back into the slow. So it's not really just a 15% slowdown. It's an AoE 15% lingering slowdown. And additionally, it doesn't even account for the whole invigoration bottles giving you an effective 10% more difference in speed. So you can have a 25% difference versus the 12% that currently the new Freddy has. So obviously, I don't want Freddy's anti-loop to be as good as Clown because that's all Clown has. Obviously, it needs to be weaker than that, or Freddy would be overpowered, or Clown would be weak. I mean, you get what I'm saying. The parody wouldn't make any sense there. But it really felt like against survivors that knew what they were doing, the snares did not do too much. In fact, one of the biggest uses I found for the snares were dropping a snare right before I M1 someone, hit them, and then they're slowed by 12%, so they only get, 138% movement speed from the speed burst instead of the 150. So they gained a bit less distance, and that was nice. But, if a glorified save the best for last effect is my power, then I don't really find that too interesting. And it's, loops like this where your power is not going to get you a hit, and with a Clown on this loop, he's going to get a hit every single time. So that's the kind of scenario where I think his anti-loop is not really strong enough. It's not interesting. Again, I'm mostly focusing on the feel of Freddy right now. In fact, the only thing that really felt nice as Freddy was the new teleport. The new teleport was really, really nice, and that, even as the day went on, began to decline in use as people learned to wake themselves up before risking a cross-map heal, and it was mostly the original value I got with people just not knowing what the hell it even is. So my fear is that once people get better and better at going against Freddy, this is my fear from the PTB as well, that his powers are going to have a very, very low impact. Today, I'm going to try to like run a different build. I was just running the standard Hex build because it's a good build to just slap on most killers because it's just overall strong. But I'm going to try to prioritize a bit more of like an aura reading build so I can get more consistent teleports, maybe involve some sloppy butcher so when I interrupt the heals that I get more value from it. I'm going to tinker with builds a bit to see if I get better results here, but whenever I went against good players with Freddy, I felt pretty useless. I felt like I really did not have much of anything. In fact, one of the only cool plays I ever made, which will be the rest of the video after I'm done with this, was on a map, Garden of Joy. I won because of a cool teleport, but that's not something that Freddy could already do that. The old Freddy already had that ability to do that, to cut someone off like that, and in fact, it's even worse because the cooldown is longer now. So overall, I don't know. I'm just not particularly excited about this version of Freddy. I'm not really sure what they could have done differently. I don't really have much input on that. I'm just giving my opinions on what I think of him now. And before anyone goes, well, Scott, you're just a hater of all the new content. You just think everything's boring, anything blah, blah, blah. Like, no, dude, literally the last killer that came out, I said was fun. I really enjoyed playing the Houndmaster. It's a shame that I was playing the event and she was disabled for the entire thing pretty much, but I really enjoyed playing Houndmaster. The last killer that came out, so don't try to pin that all, I'm all negative about this stuff here, when the last killer I actually genuinely enjoyed aside from the bugs. So overall, I don't see myself like maining Freddy past the week, and I'm curious to hear what you guys think about it. He just seems overall not particularly interesting when you are playing him to his highest level, and he also is not good when you're playing him to his highest level. I don't know what fucking cocaine the YouTubers were on when they were going over to the PTB saying the rework is fucking insane. I feel like he was even like weaker then because the dream pallets like were even worse then because you could just cancel rupture by dropping a pallet. At least they removed that, which is really nice. But I don't know what the hell they were thinking, that he's just not good. He's just really not that great. I see him as like the absolute bottom of B tier or like the top of C tier. To be fair, he was like the bottom of C tier before, so he went from like diarrhea to like soft fiber stool, which is, you know, an upgrade for sure, but I really feel like he is just not particularly strong at all, and he's not interesting even when you do benefit from his strength. So, yeah. Those are my final thoughts on the killer. Again, I'm going to play one more day just to maybe see if I can change my mind on this some crazy epiphany, but it really seems like give it a week because the survivors that know what they're doing going against this killer make him feel pretty damn useless. So I would love to see him get buffs in some regard. The one thing I liked that they did that was like an incidental nerf was the whole slugging thing. I figured that was going to be much of an issue with, you know, healing people on the ground and then being able to teleport there and bouncing back slugs over and over again. But they didn't give him compensation, really. Like I said, they should do that, but he needs to be made stronger in other regards, and they just didn't do that. So I'm obviously they don't listen to me, but I'm just saying, like, that was a good way to take it, but he needed something else too. And the fact that his anti-loop feels even slower or worse than before is just, it doesn't feel great. Anyway, I'm rambling now, so that's it. I will be playing him probably 1 or 2 more days, and I think those are my final thoughts on him right now, though. Curious to hear what you guys think. I hear a lot of people are enjoying Freddy, and that's great. I'm not here to rain on your parade or anything like that. This is just my personal opinion. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Whirlwind Sprint is not even that good. It just lets you go forward like 20 feet, and then you have to wait. It's not that great. Become ethereal will be pretty nice, too. Just jump off cliffs for a living. You can monetize that somehow, I'm sure. Oh, they spawned here. Oh, I got a middle map spawn. This sucks. No idea where they are. Alright, could be worse. Not the ace. I don't want to trust the... I don't want to chase the ace. Couldn't see her. Aces are usually just better overall. They're kind of built different. Yeah, I mean, I don't see myself winning on this map with Freddy. He's just still really not that great. Like, I have fucking 5 pallets down already. Don't worry, there's more. Hey, didn't drop it. Other guy dropped it. Yeah, see how easy it is to react to if you know what you're doing. There's one guy with a flashlight I gotta be wary of that. If I can Devour Hope online, that'd be great, but I don't see myself getting the hooks quick enough for it to be impactful. We'll see though. Oh, didn't see those. Well, I'm basically useless against this guy for a while because he's got immunity. There's nothing you do with no power at this loop. Somehow I wasn't catching up with Bloodlust too. Am I crazy or is that crazy? How was I not catching up with fucking Bloodlust 2? MFT? What the fuck I just get stuck in? During a joy moment, yeah. Dude, bro, I'm getting stuck on all the littlest things. God, this map can fucking kill itself. In game, it's a map. Who cares? You're allowed to tell inanimate objects to kill themselves. Yeah, this team seems solid, and we got Garden of Joy. Freddy is just not good enough to win on this map. Versus a good team, anyway. To me, he just seems like low B tier. That seems to be like where he's gonna like end up, or like very top of C, maybe. Oh, and I really just fucking missed that. Alright, well, that's GG. I can't play this loop anymore. It's an infinite. God damn it. That literal perfect frame perfect timing. I guess they find I dug him out of shit tier. Yeah, he moved from like diarrhea tier to like soft stool that's not quite diarrhea, but it's still uncomfortable tier. I still don't know what fucking cocaine like all the YouTubers was saying. If the rework is insane. Like, yeah, it's not great. It's fine. It's definitely not great. No. I thought you were not supposed to be able to cancel Rupture with that. I guess you just can. Maybe it happened at the exact same time. You played him ultra sweaty and tunnel like crazy? How you gonna tunnel someone that's good at the game and kill them quickly with Freddy? That's that. He doesn't have tunneling capabilities. He's not good enough. For it to be a good tunneling killer, they have to be able to down you really fast too, man. Hey, Scrum. I'm okay, man. How you doing? I hear him running out there. I don't know why I can hear him so clearly. But it's kind of crazy that I can. There should be no resources here. At least I got one Devour Hope before it's gone. Yeah, Gerardo, the Rapture's always been pretty decent on multi-floor maps, like all 3 of them. That's about it, though. Yeah, I know. It sucks. I do hate the way YouTube has changed over the years. It's really, really annoying. Holy lag. Anyone getting really shit performance this patch? Like more so than normal? Oh, whoops. See a guy up there. Maybe I should have tried to cut off a little bit. Holy fucking frame drops, dude. This is so annoying. Game's freezing every time somebody pick. They seem to have made the performance even worse this patch. I usually get 1 or 2 of those spikes a game, and now it's been like 3 or 4. Oh, fuck, my Devour Hope is right there. I saw that guy. Right? Yeah, I did. I forgot I'm not playing Cash Shuffle anymore. People actually have perks again. I gotta adjust to that shit. Holy fuck, that is so far away. Maybe I can just confuse the shit out of them with this. I don't know. That works. Fuck yeah. For base, yeah, they're gonna break the Devour Hope, but getting 1 kill there is pretty nice. Excited for the new 2v8 with Wesker? Yeah. I'm not excited for the queue times. She's dead. No, actually everyone's dead. If those stutters don't happen on the Nintendo Switch, almost definitely not. We're gonna have to wait till the PlayStation 6 to fully fix those. Cash Shuffle really makes you appreciate how much shorter chases are without exhaustion. Yeah, but then there's the also like the no anti-tunnel too. Was that a syringe? You just healed mid fucking run. Oh, she's a. Oh no, actually, that might have been a syringe. I need to ignore this. This is pointless. Where are my gens? I need to check on this one. I have no information on it. Okay, good. There's just no reason to chase someone that's immune, because I mean, you have no power at all. Why even bother? Immunity should be up soon, but I see Jane over here, and that's easy to chase. Holy shit, we won this match, by the way. Never mind. Freddy fucking SQ'd amazing Giga A tier. Holy. You guys like were pretty decent for the most part, too. Ungarden of Joy. Honestly, the clutch thing that happened that won the game was the teleport to that generator to cut the ace off. Devour won this map. Yeah, but I benefited from teleporting to that completed generator with Devour. Like, you know what I mean? Like, without the ability to teleport to completed generators, I wouldn't have got that. So, it is a little bit on the killer. And the buffs that he got. GSOTR. Might as well go for Nancy. Ace at 0 hooks. I don't remember. I think with both of those add-ons, I mean, I was gonna hit her anyway. It didn't matter. That's the thing. Like, Yeah, she reacted and she moved, but I was just gonna hit her. So I don't know. It's good for like some free zoning. That's about it. Yeah, like where I think rupture is really useful is if you route them properly. Like, for example, if I ruptured that shit from here, that's pretty good. Actually, might not even know where I am at that point. Like, that's actually solid. Oh, it's way off. She probably still has OTR up. Should be asleep after this next one, right? Oh, no OTR. Maybe she touched a gen or something? God damn. I am so surprised I 4K'd that. That was really on the back foot there, and it was heavily saved by A, Devour Hope, and B, that teleport to the completed gen up top. You know what? I can safely say I couldn't have done that with old Sharpan Joe. It would not have worked. The ace was solid. The Nancy was also really good too.